Shabbat Shalom. Today's Torah Parashah is going to be coming out of, it's called Wayara'ah. I appeared or I showed myself. Well, I appeared. And it's going to deal with Yahawah You're encountering Masha and, continuation and showing him his name. And it's going to go up to the seventh plague, the first plague to the seventh plague that Yahawah brought upon the Egyptians. It's not going to be too much of a. I'm going to try not to get too in depth. I've done this portion. There's two portions online. If you go to Banya Yasharala Mashara Yasharala YouTube channel, you'll see the teaching that I've done on this Torah portion before. So all of this is always a review because it's already been taught and it's archived on Facebook as well as on YouTube. The teaching that I've done regarding this particular Torah portion, all of the Torah portions, Parashot. There's about 54 Parashot, and each one has been taught, all right, for the most part, and you can access it on YouTube or on Facebook under my personal channel on Facebook, and then also under the collective channel on YouTube. All right. So what I'm going to do today, though, I'm going to use an interlinear with the Hebrew on the top and the English on the bottom. I'm going to read the English, and I'm going to jump back and forth between the English and the Hebrew. And when I see a translation that was kind of a loose translation that could have been translated better, I'm going to actually correct any mistakes that I see, as we're reading. All right. I'm going to actually correct any mistakes that we see as we're reading. Okay. All right. So again, this is Wayara'ah. Also going to talk about his relationship with our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay. So this is in the Hebrew. Okay. It says, Wayadabar alahayim al masha, Wayamar al Yahawah, Anya Yahawah, wa ara'a al Abraham, al Yatzachak, wa al Ya'ikwab, ba Allah Shadia, wa Shamya Yahawah la'ah, Nawada'ith ya laham, wa gam hakwamath ya ath, barayath ya atam, lathath laham ath, adatiza kana'in, ath adatiza magar yaham, ashara garwa Baha. So that's 2, 3, and 4. So that's verses 2, 3, and 4. And I go back and I read the English and continue on. And the format may be a little different than what you're used to in English. So I'll try to make adjustments. And the power spoke to Moses and said to him, I am Yahawah. I appeared to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob as Allah Shadia, God Almighty. But it says, and my name Yahawah, I did not make myself known to them. And also I established my covenant with them to give them the land of Canaan, the land of their sojournings, that they sojourned in it. All right, so the Most High says he made a promise and a covenant, and then he's going to give us that land of Canaan. All right. And moreover, I myself have heard the groaning of the children of Yasharala, that Egypt enslaves them, and I remembered my covenant, Therefore say to the children of Yasha'Allah, or I, Yahawah, the one that would take you out from under the burdens of Egypt, and I shall rescue you from their slavery. I shall redeem you with an outstretched arm and with judgments that are great. I shall take you to me as a people, and I shall be to you a power, a Alahayim. And you shall know that Anya Yahawah, that I am Yahawah, Alahaya, come, you're the God of you all, the power of you all, who takes you out from under the burdens of Egypt. I shall bring you to the land about which I raised my hand to give it to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. And I will give it to you as a heritage. I am Yahawah. Moses spoke accordingly to the children of Yasha'Allah, or Moses spoke thus to the children of Yasha'Allah, but they did not listen to Masha because of the shortness of breath and work that was hard. So here we see Yahawah saying more than one time that his name is Yahawah. So where Rakah or GOCC get that his name is Ahaya is based on a conspiracy theory that the Bible does not show, support, or prove in any shape, form, or fashion. He used the word Ahaya, Shad Ahaya, once in the entire Bible as a phrase, and in the exact passages, the next verse under, he says, I am Yahawah. This is my name, my memorial forever. So this is what he said his name is. So we can't go in a conspiracy theory that, oh, somebody came and changed all of the ancient Hebrew text and put Yahawah was supposed to say Ahaya, because every independently discovered archaeological and textual evidence says Yahawah, every single one, without exception. All right. Verse 10 in the Hebrew, in the Hebrew Bible. And Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, come, speak to Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Speak to Pharaoh, king of Egypt, that he send the children of Yasha'Allah from his land. Moses spoke before Yahweh, saying, indeed, well, behold, it says, Hana, behold, the children of Yasha'Allah have not listened to me. So how will Pharaoh listen to me? And I have obstructed lips. Okay? And Yahweh spoke unto Masha, Wayadabad Yahweh al-Masha. And Yahweh spoke to Moses and to Aaron, and commanded them concerning the children of Yasha'Allah, and commanding Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to take out the children of Yasha'Allah from the land of Egypt. These are the heads of the houses of their fathers, the sons of Reuben, the firstborn, Yasha'Allah, Hanok, and Palu, Ezron, and Carmi. These are the families of Reuben. The sons of Simeon, Jemuel, Jamin, Ohad, Jakin, Zohar, and Shaul. The sons of the Canaanite woman are these, the families of Simeon. These are the names of the sons of Levi in the order of their birth: Gershom, Kohath, Merari. The years of the life of Levi were 37 and 100 years. The sons of Gershom, Livni, and Shemiah, according to their families. The sons of Kohath, Amram, Ishar, Hebron, Uziel. The years of the life of Kohath were 33 and 100 years. The sons of Merari, Mali, Mushi. These are the families of the Levites in their birth order. Amram took Jochebed, his aunt, to him as a wife, and she bore him Aharon, Masha. The years of the life of Amram were 37 and 100 years. The sons of Izar, Korah, Nepheg, Zikri. The sons of Uziel, Mishael, Elzaphan, and Sitri. Aaron took Alayashabai, Bath, Nadab, sister of Nakashwan, to him as a wife. And she bore Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, Ithamar. The sons of Korah, Asir, Elkanah, Abiasaph, these are the families of the Korites. Eleazar, son of Aharon, took for himself from the daughters of Putiel to him as a wife, and she brought to him Phinehas. These are the leaders of the house of their fathers, of the Levites, according to their families. This is Aharon and Mashah, that Yahawah said to them, take out the children of Yashar'Allah from Egypt, from the land of Egypt, according to their armies. Tzabah Atham. They are the ones who speak or spoke unto Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to take out the children of Yashar'Allah from Egypt. This is, or these are, Mashah and Aharon. It was on the day Yahawah Hashem spoke to Mashah in the land of Matazayim. Yahawah spoke to Mashah, saying, I am Yahawah. Speak to Pharaoh, king of Egypt, everything that I speak to you. Mashah said before Yahawah, indeed, I have obstructed lips, so how shall he listen to me? Shall Pharaoh. So how shall he listen to me, Pharaoh? Yahawah said to Mashah, see, I have made you a god, Alahayim, or a power to Pharaoh, your prophet. You shall speak everything that I shall command you, lamb. But I shall harden the heart of Pharaoh, so that I may multiply my signs and wonders in the land of Egypt. Not listen to you shall Pharaoh and Banya Yashar'Allah, the children of Yashar'Allah, from the land of stretch out my hand over Egypt, and I shall take out the children of Yashar'Allah from the midst, from their midst. Mashah and Aharon did as Yahawah commanded them, so did they do. Moses was of the age of 80 years, and Aharon was of the age of 83 years when they spoke to Pharaoh. Yahawah said to Mashah and to Aharon, saying, when speak to you shall Pharaoh, saying, provide for yourselves a wonder, you shall say to Aharon, take your staff and throw it down before Pharaoh. It will become a serpent. Mashah and Aharon came to Pharaoh, so they did so. And as Yahawah commanded, Aaron threw down his staff before Pharaoh and before his servants, and it became a serpent. Call also did Pharaoh to the wise men, it says, Kakmayam, the wise men, and the sorcerers, and they did also. They, the necromancers, those that dealt with dead spirits and spirits of the dead and bringing the people, speaking to the dead and channeling of Egypt with their incantations. So they threw down each one the staff, and they became serpents. Okay? And swallowed up did the staff of Aaron their staffs. Strengthened was the heart of Pharaoh, and he did not listen to them, as Yahawah had spoken. Yahawah said to Mashah, stubborn is the heart of Pharaoh. He has refused to send out the people. Go to Pharaoh in the morning. In fact, he goes out then to the water, and you shall stand to meet him at the bank of the river, the lip, Shapath, at the lip of the river. And the staff that was turned into a serpent, you shall take in your hand. You shall say to him, Yahawah, Alahaya Ha'ibadium, the power of the Hebrews, has sent me to you, saying, send out my people, that they may serve me, Bahamadbar, in the wilderness. Salaklia, Bamadbar. But in fact, you have not listened up to now. So said Yahawah, through this shall you know that I am Yahawah indeed. I shall strike with the staff that is in my hand upon the waters that are in the river, and they shall be changed to blood. The fish that are in the river shall die, and putrid, stinky shall the rivers be. Egypt will be unable to drink water from the river. So this is going to happen in America also, in case you don't know. The Most High is also going to bring the plagues of Egypt upon America. In this water, the fish in the water, and the water turned to blood. All these plagues of ancient Egypt are going to come upon America, just like they can. And you can read that in 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 10, in your Apocrypha, which is part of the Bible. And Yahawah said to Moses, say to Aaron, take your staff and stretch out your hand over the waters of Egypt, over the rivers, over their canals, over their ponds, and over all the gatherings of their water, and they shall become blood. There shall be blood throughout the land of Egypt, even in the wooden and in the stone vessels. They did so, Moses and Aaron, as Yahawah commanded. And he raised his hand aloft with the staff and struck the water that was in the river before the eyes of Pharaoh and before the eyes of his serpents, and changed it was all the water that was in the river to blood. The fish that were in the river died and became putrid. The river, and not able was Egypt to drink the water from the river. And the blood was throughout the land of Egypt. So every piece of water changed to blood in Egypt. And again, I emphasize to you, same thing is going to happen to America. People are trying to prep, trying to save water, trying to get a water source. But the same thing is going to happen in America. All of the water is going to be turned to blood. The Most High has told us again, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 10. All right. All right. Then did so the necromancers of Egypt through their incantations. So strengthened was the heart of Pharaoh, and he did not listen to them, as Yahawah had spoken. Pharaoh turned away and came to his place. He did not attend his heart even to this miracle. Then dug all the Egyptians around the river for water to drink, for they could not drink from the waters of the river. Completed were 7 days after Yahawah struck the river. Yahawah said to Moshe, come to Pharaoh, and you shall say to him, so said Yahawah, send out my people to serve me. It says, Shalach ath imya la waya ibadnaya. Send forth my people that they may serve me. But if you refuse to send out indeed, I shall strike your every boundary with frogs. Swarm shall the river with frogs, and they shall ascend and shall come into your palace, into your room where you sleep, and onto your bed, and into your house of your servants, and among your people, and into your ovens, and into your kneading bowls, and into you and into your people, and into all your servants, they will ascend. The frogs will. Yahawah said to Moshe, say to Aaron, stretch out your hand with your staff over the rivers, over the canals, and over the ponds, and raise up the frogs over the land of Egypt. Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and ascended did the frogs swarm. Pharaoh, Moses cried out to Yahawah concerning the frogs that he had inflicted upon Pharaoh. Yahawah did according to the word of Moshe, and the frogs died from the house, from the courtyards, and from the fields. They gathered them into heaps, and the land stank putrid. Pharaoh saw that there was a respite, a break, and he hardened his heart, and he did not listen to them as Yahawah had spoken. Yahawah said to Moshe, Say to Aaron, stretch out your staff and strike the dust of the land. It shall become lice throughout all the land of Egypt. They did so. Aharon stretched out his hand with his staff and struck the dust of the land. And it was the lice swarm on man and on beast. All the dust of the land became lice throughout the land of Egypt. They did so, the necromancers, through their incantations to draw the lice, but they could not. And it was the lice swarm on man and on beast. The necromancer said to Parai, to Pharaoh, the finger of Elohim is this. But strengthened was the heart of Pharaoh, and he did not listen to them, as Yahawah had spoken. Yahawah said to Moshe, arise early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh. In fact, he goes out to the water, and you shall say to him, so says Yahawah, send out my people that they may serve me.